Good day, my dear people of Nigeria. Good day, my dear people of Biafra land. I greet each and every one of us out there who is listening to my voice. Today is Wednesday, being the 12th of October in the year 2022. I bring to you top stories of today's news headlines. As the culture always be, I will give my fans, my great listeners, the headlines of the news. Then we pick one or two, the most important ones that affect us, and go into it, so that we know how we go on our daily business. To know when they say that you should go or you should stay. So that is why it is very, very important before you leave your home, endeavor to listen to news, either by reading or by watching YouTube or by listening to radio broadcast. It is very, very important. I am talking to my brothers and sisters in the Biafra land, so that you will know the day the federal government will say, oh, the Biafra is okay now, they are ready to go. So you know that when they tell you that, oh, there is a fire on the mountain, so that you know how to do your tempo run. So let us go straight into the business of the day. Good morning, my dear people of Biafra. Welcome to Okute Daily Talk News Roundup of newspaper today headlines in Nigeria and Biafra at large. Today being the Wednesday, 12th of October in the year 2022. The first news on my list here, that no need of giving numbers, is President Muhammadu Buhari confers national honor on 7 foreigners and 440 Nigerians. The other one on my list here is Lagos State gets federal government approval for Lekki International Airport. Number 3 on my list says strike. ASU to hold emergency meeting on Thursday regarding calling off the strike as soon as possible. Then another one here on my list of news, Atiku says it is very selfish, wrong and bad for politics. PDP chieftain knocks Governor Wike. Another one here on my list and on my page here says 2023 politics. Tinubu presidential campaign team member speaks on APC sidelining the Vice President of Nigeria, Yemi Osibanjo. Then another one here on my list says Sam Amade rejects appointment into the PDP campaign council with reasons best known to him. Then another one on my list says Al Mustafa, I have never stolen money, yet was treated like an animal for challenging Obasanjo and Abubakar. You can find out on nigerianews.com. Another one on my list, President Muhammadu Buhari to confer award on Governor Wike for all the completed projects in Port Harcourt. Then another one on my list says Governor Autumn is trapped. PDP senator reveals why Benue governor didn't attend Atiku's campaign launch. Another one on my list. I can say this is the last but not the least. APC campaign council denies report of division in Southwest over Tinubu's candidacy, said by the speaker of the campaign, that is Ononuga. So I don't know what the problem they are having. My dear people, let's quickly pick let's start from the beginning to illustrate the news as it is being written, so that it will be to the understanding of even somebody who did not break slate will understand it very well, because not everybody have the opportunity or the time to go to Google to search for Nigerian news. But I bring it to you, to your doorsteps, so that you also will be part of what is happening in the country, because I trust my Biafra people. We are not like the Northerners, whereby the presidential aspirants of the People's Democratic Party come on national TV boasting that the majority of people in the North, they don't even know what is called internet. And he is very happy saying it. Somebody who has been the vice president of the country for good 8 years. He have also hold very prominent positions, being a DG general of the custom for how many years. Yet he come out on the national TV to boast that the minimum people using the internet in the Northerners is very few, and people were clapping on him. Can you imagine Nigerians? Ona mumu don't do. Make ona wake up. You put you wake up from this on a sleeping slumber. These people have used us enough. Enough is enough. President Muhammadu Buhari on Tuesday conferred some Nigerian citizens and foreigners with national honors. I don't know what they have achieved to confer an award. Why not confer chief census titles to them, so that we will know that they are also and the Igwes? For failing in your government, and you are conferring national honors to people who also failed with you. I greet you, honorable Muhammadu Buhari. I beg, make on a shift, Joe. Nigerian news reports that the event held at the International Conference Center (ICC) in Abuja. This follows the release of the final list of persons proposed for various distinguished honors. Recall that the amended final list was made public in a statement on Sunday by the Permanent Secretary and Ministry of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs, Ibene P. Roberts. In the same news, they said this was against the previous leaked list, which contained the names of 437 persons that was subsequently denied by the government. Okay, we had a news of 437. So instead of them to agree to that rumor, they completed to 440. Well, I greet you now. Honorable failures. The new list now contains 447 names, of which 7 are foreigners. Niger News understand the event is part of a series of activities to mark Nigeria's 62nd independence anniversary of failure, insecurity, zero, economy, zero. Now a dollar to naira is sold at 740 naira in the parallel market, and you are given national honors and national award. That our national award will kill all of honor there. Present at the event was the Vice President, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, who was said to have arrived at the venue at exactly 10:13 a.m. There was a heavy security presence at the premises of the ICC and all the adjoining roads leading to the venue, as top government officials, political bigwigs, and foreign citizens attended the event. I thought Lai Mohammed had come to the national TV and said that all the insurgents have been defeated. And the stupid son called Fesut Kayamo said he can drive from Abuja to Kaduna to Kano to even to his own state, Delta. So why are they putting a heavy security? So they are afraid of the bandits, while the ordinary poor man on the streets have no security. I have not even guaranteed that going out in peace, that the person will come back in peace. You are coming on the national TV giving all sorts of lies. Ugu, go help me kill all of us, since the bandits cannot catch and kill all of us. The second list, one on my list here is Lagos State gets federal government approval for Lekki International Airport. That is the good news. You know, my people in the Biafra land, I like reading good news. Anything that have to do with bad news is not for me, because I cannot be like a Nigerian government, whereby when you wake up in a day, your first good morning is bad news. Your lunch, you have to receive bad news. Going to bed, you have to receive bad news. Even when you are in your bed itself, you have to also receive bad news. So I can never be like Nigerian government. My own government is government of good news. Anything that has to do with bad news, Chukwu Okiabiama will never allow us to see it. He said, so this news reads, and I quote, the Lagos state government has today, Tuesday, gotten approval from the federal government for the construction of the Lekki International Airport at the Lekki-Epe axis of the state. So my question is this project for federal or for state? Please, anybody who knows the answer should comment on the comment section. I'll be waiting to see your comments. And I quote, recall that the Lagos state government last Friday announced the construction of the airport slated to start in 2023. It said that the new airport will be constructed on 3,500 acres of land in Lekki-Epe area. Naija News learned that the Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, who spoke at the Lagos Economic Summit, Ehimbeti 2022 in Lagos, noted that Murtala Mohammed Airport is congested and that the creation of the new airport in Lekki is a part to the innovations in that part of Lagos. On his part, the governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, said that he was happy about the project and that with the airport, Lagos will be better accessible for the business within it. He said, and I quote, the real beneficiaries of the airport will be the citizens and the businesses as it offers them a platform to thrive. Then another one here on my list says, and I quote, concerning the meeting the ASU will have on Thursday, whether to call off the strike or not. It is called emergency meeting, so we don't know what will happen there, but we just pray that nothing bad happens. The Academic Staff Union of the Universities, ASU, has reportedly scheduled Thursday for an emergency National Executive Council meeting, NEC. The leadership of ASU is expected to review the positive response from the federal government to its demands. The NEC meeting is expected to be held at the union's headquarters in the Federal Capital Territory. Naija News had earlier reported that ASU directed its zonal branches to collaborate the views of members through votes during the meetings, which will be held on Wednesday, 12th, 2022. The outcome of the meeting will determine if ASU will call off the strike late on Thursday or Friday morning. Meanwhile, the president of ASU, Emmanuel Osodeke, has denied the report that the union has called off the lingering industrial action. There have been reports online claiming that ASU directed its members to resume academic activities on October 17. Osodeke, while speaking on the report, said the strike, which is almost 8 months, is yet to be suspended. And the federal government, I don't know what they are doing about it. But I hope that the strike will be called off soon so that the girls who have been at home close to 7 months or 8 months now will not go back to school with unwanted pregnancy, while the men have already subjected themselves to illegal using of drugs and other heinous activities that will turn them into bandits when they go back to school. He, however, stated that ASU is working towards the suspension of the industrial action, adding that the suspension will be dependent on the views of the members from the zonal meetings. Atiku it is very selfish, wrong and bad for politics. PDP chieftain knocks Nyesom Wike. A former majority leader of the Edo State House of Assembly, Matthew, has knocked the decision of the Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike not to support the campaigns of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar. Mr. Matthew, in his submission, stated that Wike's action is unbecoming of a leader and a politician of his caliber, arguing that the Rivers governor had made his stand known and should have left the stage when the ovation was loudest. You cannot you cannot push somebody and tell the person where to fall. Or you cannot beat a child and tell the child not to cry. So all these statements you are making here have nothing to do with what the young man have decided to do with his life. Either he joined them or he did not join them. So I don't see how it concerns you. Play your own card and leave him to play his own card as well. So you people should stop interfering or prognosing into people's affairs. The Edo State politician added that the PDP has always given Wike the platform to actualize his political ambitions. And the first time a ticket he wants would go to another person, the governor wants to tear the party apart. Wike and his loyalists, including some state governors, have vowed not to participate in Atiku's presidential campaign, except Iyoicha Ayu resigns as the PDP national chairman. They argued that Atiku's emergence as the PDP flag bearer has put the major leadership positions in the north, which negates the principle of justice and fairness, which is what the young man is fighting for. And you people refuse to give it to him. Somebody who have been carrying the party since 1999 up to date. And you people feel that you can betray him. Even you, your own brother, and you are here making some silly statements. Ogu will visit you in due time. However, asked about the development and how it would affect the fortune of the PDP in 2023, Mr. Matthew, during an interview with Punch, blamed Wike for the crisis, which he described as unnecessary. He questioned Wike's action, saying it was probably because he lost the PDP presidential candidate. Well, to my own understanding and to my own point of view, not because he lost the presidential candidate, but because they robbed him and played politics with his head. Somebody who have been in the party for a very long time. The person you people choose over him is the same person after he lost the election. 4 years later, he will come back from Dubai to come and contest. Is that the kind of person that will rule the country? We have known something, so you people should have to be very, very careful on the way you handle the affairs of the parties in Nigeria. Another one on my list here, and I quote, Sam Amade rejects appointment into PDP presidential campaign, or the offer to him on a platter of gold. His reason is a former chairman of the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Sam Amade, on Tuesday rejected a role as director of research in the People's Democratic Party PDP Presidential Campaign Council. Amade, in a letter forward to the Director General DG of the Campaign Council, Aminu Tambuwa, disclosed the reason for his decision. The former NERC chairman, in a letter dated, he however stated that his decision to reject the appointment is not a vote of no confidence on PDP. Another one on my list here is Al-Mustafa. I have never stolen money, yet was treated like an animal for challenging Obasanjo and Abubakar. The presidential candidate of the Action Alliance, Hamza Al-Mustafa, on Tuesday reflected on his past ordeal as an ex-convict. The former military officer who was released from the Kirikiri Maximum Prison, Lagos, in July 2013 following his discharge and acquittal of a murder charge by the Court of Appeal, said he was never stolen money before, not even 10 naira, but yet was treated like trash by some persons. Niger News recalls that a death sentence was earlier passed on Al-Mustafa and Latif Sofa Lahan, an heir to the late Kudirat Abiola. However, the appellate court sitting in Lagos overturned the sentence, and the former military officer was released afterwards. Speaking at an interview on Channels Television, Political Paradigm, aired on Tuesday, Al-Mustafa said he faced torture for 15 years, yet he was found not guilty of the charges against him. On the other hand, Al-Mustafa said Contrary to the accusations against him, he, Al-Mustafa, refused to compromise despite what he described as the heat of pressure mounted on him by some persons. We have another one on our list here that our own brother, the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, have received an award of honor from the President of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari. President Muhammadu Buhari is set to confer the honor of a distinguished award in infrastructure delivery on Rivers Governor Nyesom Wike. Nigeria News reports the award is to be presented at the forthcoming Nigeria Excellence in Public Service Award put together by the federal government of Nigeria. As contained in a letter by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, which was signed by the Permanent Secretary, General Service in SGF's office, Dr. Nnamdi Maurice Mberi. The award ceremony is billed to hold on October 21 at the State House Conference Center, Abuja. Some of the infrastructural achievements that have earned Governor Wike the recognition for such an award include investments by his administration in projects in the healthcare, education, health, sports, and agriculture, as well as the construction of the 12 flyovers in the state. That means the whole Port Harcourt is flyover now, everywhere. Wow. The commitment has earned him the nickname Mr. Project, with Wike vowing to continue until his last day in office. So, my good people of Biafra, my good people of Nigeria, the listeners, I have to bring this broadcast to an end from here. I still have more news, but remember the tradition. I always make the broadcast very brief so that it will not be itchy to your ear to hear, to understand, or to read from me. I always make my broadcast in a way that everyone will enjoy it, and I myself, giving the news, will also reserve some energy for the next broadcast. That is the way it is from here on. So, my people, remember, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to like my content. Always invite your family and friends. Let them follow up in this ministry, because this ministry is moving to the permanent site. Join the moving train. I am the voice of the people, the one and only Okute Daily Talk, from Okute's Daily Talk Corner. You can also visit my page, Okute's Daily Talk blog on Facebook. You can also visit my sports channel, Okute Sports Center, for more intriguing sports news, previews, and live scores, as it is what that unites us together. Until I come your way again, please do not forget, I still remain your brother, your broadcaster, that man you always like to hear his voice, Okute Daily Talk. I have to cut it off from here. Biko Ndi Bai, Ke Mesiano.